think how we did the first time was great. Hello.
What was that?
Ew. Welcome actually back.
Welcome back
To round 2.
to the second episode.
Shout out to Kara's mom.
Who's not listening
Please
again?
listen to this.
My mom doesn't know what podcasts are. She was like, what?
Man,
so
put
like
your mom down.
podcast.com? And I was
She-
like, no, Mom. Never mind.
That probably does exist,
On the
but
World
But that's
Wide
not,
Web.
she's not going to find me on there.
we're better than that.
We're better than, like, sounds like something very
Yeah.
important.
No, but we're
podcast.
better than that.
Podcast.com.
I mean, just send her the link. She knows what links are, right?
She's not an iPhone, so.
What? Does she have a razor?
It's.
She have an Android?
She
I bet she has an Android.
She has an Android.
Ha!
Gross.
Like, she has a Razor phone.
I don't know.
She has a flip phone now. She doesn't.
I mean, some people do.
No people do.
I'm getting the thing.
Such a simple life.
Honestly, who needs social media with all the stuff going on with Facebook? Like,
I saw something about Mark Zuckerberg's, like, testifying in front of Congress.
Was he a bad boy?
I have no
What?
idea.
What did he do?
I suck because I haven't looked a lot into this, but it's, I think that whole aspect is his, like, the whole fake news thing, and, like, the whole Russia probe dealio with, like, Facebook's a really big part of that whole spreading of Russia being able to interfere with the election by interfering into people's, like, you know,
Personal
telling them
space.
fake news, making them feel like
So why is
They
he?
hated Hillary
Is he in trouble?
Well, no, it
I don't
wasn't
think
like...
he's in trouble. They're just trying to figure out
They're
how
trying to
this
find
happened.
somebody who to, like... They were first, like, trying to find someone to get to testify in front of Congress.
Oh.
And then they were just like, all right, yeah, the dude who, like, controls the whole platform that a lot of this is happening. We'll have
They're
him
just looking
talk
for
about
something.
it.
They're just looking for something.
Thanks a lot, Mark.
So tell us what you think. Did Mark do it or not?
No.
Comment down below. Wait.
There's no
Comment and
comment.
subscribe.
We're doing this whole podcast thing, and I don't even know
How
people interact with us unless they see us in person and can talk to us about
Come
it. That's the
find
biggest
us.
problem.
Tell us how you feel.
They
My
could just,
door's
Or you
open.
could just leave a rating online. You don't need to tell us how
Rob's
you feel.
door is literally constantly just open. It's
Ew.
ajar.
You
It's
just
not
walk
even
in.
closed.
Your house? Are you talking about your house? Please come to my home and talk
Come
to
to
me
my
about
home
my
and
podcast.
What's
give
your
me some
address
very,
again?
very personal
221
No,
one,
no,
two-
What are you
two-
doing?
211. I don't remember because that one time you gave me your
Yep,
address,
that's
you
good.
gave me the wrong one.
Mhm.
Okay, we're not putting
And
Rob's
that's
address on the
me
podcast.
not getting my address put on the internet right now.
No, that's
I
you
really want- I
forgetting
want
what
everyone
your
to show.
actual
Yeah, I know, but now
address
you
is.
can't
What
even
is it?
give it to the people on the thing because
Even if I had the
can't.
right one.
I'll get a
I
P.O.
won't
box and people can send me stuff.
Guys,
Yes.
don't come to my house.
Let's
Don't-
get a
don't come to
P.O.
my-
box.
But send me presents.
Send me presents.
Without coming to my house, that's like the safest, best way.
The safest, best
no.
way.
Yeah.
The one with the big hole in the basement.
My house?
Mm-hmm.
My house is haunted. Don't come to my house.
Scary. Guys, stay tuned for those spooky podcasts
And Mass won't let me talk about spooky stuff until October.
coming in October. I hope we're still alive by then.
Yeah, really.
I'm planning on
Who
being
knows?
alive
There
by
might
then.
be
I don't
a
know.
Zombie apocalypse.
The zombie
Whoa.
apocalypse.
Okay.
Sorry, sharp left turn.
Yeah.
That's next week's conspiracy.
Oh
Yep.
my goodness.
So what are we talking about
I have
today?
a cat in my lap. I don't know.
Last time we started with Rob's conspiracy thing, so if we're gonna go with a semi-structured podcast, I guess Rob can give his spiel first.
I guess Rob can start.
This is the most unorganized, trying to be
Hang on.
organized podcast. I don't even.
Trying to be unorganized. I have a cat in my lap and my phone's under it, so like this might.
I think that's what makes us so great.
What?
Really?
Sucking.
Sucking.
Yeah, I think people like that.
I don't.
Guys, if you think that
My-
us sucking is really good and good for our ratings,
Comment down below.
We have 0 ratings. You're like great for the ratings.
Somebody let us know. Are we doing this good or?
Hey,
are we
at
doing
least
it
we have
wrong?
0 ratings and we don't have like, 0
1
stars or
Yeah.
something.
I'd take. Well, I'd rather take something over nothing.
No.
I don't know how it works.
If you're gonna rate us 1 star, don't even do it. Like,
Yeah, don't you dare.
Don't waste
Don't
your
5
time.
or nothing. No.
Okay, are we starting this thing? Bobcast?
The Bobcast. To the
Dun
corner.
dun dun.
Okay, so you guys have heard me talk about the Bohemian Grove before. Essentially, like, the legitimate, you know, quote-unquote lie is that it's just a big summer camp, and the attendees just happen to be, like, a lot of the world leaders.
Wait. What are you talking about?
This is the thing about the owl.
This is the thing about
The
the
owl.
owl.
So you're telling us and we know about it, but nobody knows that you're talking about
I
the
know I've
owl.
talked about... Well, I mean, I don't know who's listening
For
right
all the
here.
listeners out there,
The 5 people.
take out your wallet. Do you
Look
have
at
a dollar bill? Look at it.
Look at it. In the very, very top
Right corner?
right corner.
Is it on the front or the back?
It's on the front.
It's on the front.
You gotta look really, really hard. Here, I'm gonna look up on this side so I can give accurate.
You don't just have a dollar on you?
I don't actually. Oh, actually, yeah, I do have a dollar.
Okay, let's whip it out.
So if you look on the dollar,
Oh my goodness.
here, can you take my wallet? If you look on the dollar, on the top right-hand side.
Like right there.
Yep, on the top right one, like in the one in the corner.
It has to be a $1 bill.
It has to be a $1 bill. It's not going to be on your fives.
Not
or
on your
tens.
twos, guys.
But the one in the top right of the corner, in the very left of it, there's this little owl looking
This
thing.
little thing.
This little thing. It looks like an owl. And
I don't
that
see
is
it.
supposed to represent this big secret society camp that that meets in Vermont, and it's called the Bohemian Grove. And at this big yearly annual thing, there is a pretend human sacrifice under a big burning
A
owl.
pretend?
That's it used to be real. Then
It
people,
used to be real,
and then people
guys.
figured out what was going on, so they
Okay.
have to say it's a pretend one. You can see where all these conspiracies will just kind of come out of here, but.
You're about
So
to swear.
there's a lot of people here talking about it's like the Illuminati Mesh Fest. I don't know. It's a big gathering of all the world leaders, and then they make a human
Beyonce?
sacrifice.
It's the newest music festival.
Yeah, it's the
Who's the headliner?
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Oh, right,
And
right. And
Putin.
Jay-Z. Oh,
And who?
That's what I'm saying.
what's
Yeah.
Putin doing?
Performing.
Sacrificing people to burning owls.
I don't.
While Beyonce is performing.
Yeah, she's got
Okay,
single ladies
cool.
in the
Well,
background.
these conspiracies
Nice.
are just.
It's a little crazy.
I don't really.
No.
Nixon has been there before. He
Oh.
actually had a lot to say about it. He was not a fan.
Oh, not a fan.
Yeah.
Are we on
he-
Wikipedia again?
No,
One
this
I'm
is-
sorry,
star?
Reddit.
Huh?
1 star?
Half a star. Even worse. He referred to it as
serious?
and this is his words.
It has to be his word.
It is. Well, no, because
It's on the internet.
It's a bad word, and it's in quotes. He called it the most faggy place of all time.
Nixon.
Yeah.
Because Nixon would say that.
Because Nixon would say that.
Is this on Reddit?
No. This
What
has
is
its own
on?
website.
TheIlluminati.com?
Yep, sounds about right.
No, it's not the Illuminati.com. It's the dark web.
The Illuminati.
darkweb.com?
Well, nuts.
Are you just in the dark web? I've heard about that before.
I wouldn't admit. We're on microphone.
We're on microphone.
You want to talk at the start, be like, nope, I'm not telling you. How
So
I
the
got there.
conspiracy is that these people who are
I'm very confused.
I'm not saying that
famous or have a lot of money.
There's not a conspiracy that I'm reporting. I'm just saying this is a
Oh.
very weird gathering they have.
Guys, this is not
Every-
an official report.
I'm a little unprepared today. I was
Oh
doing
my
that Harry Potter
goodness.
Are you guys ever prepared? Wait till you hear
What?
the fucking shit that Kara pulled.
I tried to be
paper. You asked if
prepared.
I was prepared, and I was an hour late.
So is this
today,
the end of
so-
the podcast?
Dun dun
I mean, we don't do
dun.
that anymore. It's professional.
Thanks
You gotta
for
think.
joining on.
I feel like every week
Yeah.
it's just going to be me really disappointed in this
Wait,
conspiracy.
wait, 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 wait.
Nice.
Now we're out.
Engineer Bruce does so much for us.
Oh, he really does.
Run somebody.
So anyway, listen to the shit that Kara did.
Okay, no. Backstory is if you listen to the first podcast, which I'm assuming you did before this one.
Oh, right,
I'm
right.
sorry if you're still tuning in.
If you're first
Madison
viewer time, still appreciate it.
Chose something that she wants us to watch. She chose a film that she wanted us to watch and have had watched that before we met up today so we could talk about how we felt about the film.
Right. So Kara shows up today.
Oh god, did she not?
I said, "How was the movie?"
Are you
And
serious?
she said,
Listen.
"No, listen."
Okay.
She said, "You might have to explain it to me because I'm having trouble understanding some of it." And I was like, "Well, what are you having trouble understanding, right?" Because I mean, I feel like this movie isn't hard to
It's
understand.
a
It's a pretty black and white movie.
like
So I said, "What part are you confused about?" And she said, "The part about the dog." And I said,
Huh?
Wait, hold up.
Wait. I know I watched that movie a couple days ago. But
Did you see a dog in this
what
movie?
dog?
Yeah,
Like
there's no dog.
There's like the wolf mask.
Nope.
There's no wolf.
You didn't watch the right movie.
She watched a completely different movie, and we can't figure out what movie it was.
It was one word. The title is one word.
I couldn't have made it any easier.
The title was one word.
I don't know.
It's the first option whenever you type it in on
No,
Netflix.
I know.
Sorry, I'm trying not to yell, but wow.
I know. I'm getting.
I don't know what
really
I did.
flustered.
I don't know what I did.
What do you remember about it? I'll try to figure it out.
Yeah, no, let's really like.
We
I'm
got
trying to figure
engineer
out
Bruce
what
looking this up for us. Let's figure
No,
out
it was
what
on
movie
a
this is.
subway.
It's definitely on Netflix. I'm
I'm
gonna narrow
pretty
it down.
sure.
Are
What
you
did you
sure
type
it's
in?
on Netflix?
Yeah, I watched it on Netflix.
What
Okay.
did you type in? What did you?
Creep. I don't know. Anyway, I
Did
think
you watch? Have you
I
seen
think
the
it might
second
be
one?
best.
Is there a dog in the
Okay,
second
I
one?
obviously royally screwed up.
I found it.
You already found it.
Engineer Bruce.
What's the
ladies and gentlemen.
movie?
It is called Creep. This is IMDb. The synopsis reads: Trapped in a London subway station, a woman who's being pursued by a potential attacker heads into the unknown labyrinth of tunnels beneath the city streets.
All right, so
Why
that
don't you
description.
describe the movie you wanted them to watch?
Yep.
So does this mean we can't talk about
You
that
guys
movie?
can
'Cause
talk
that-
I don't know.
You guys can talk about it.
Do you want to know
You were
what
really
the
excited to talk
plot
about it.
keywords are?
Is it rape? Because she already told me that the lady gets raped.
There's 5 words associated with this movie.
Dog,
Most heavily.
subway.
Underground. Tunnel. Acquaintance.
Acquaintance.
Gore. Rape.
So
I
I royally screwed up.
don't really know what to
I'll
say,
try better next
except
time.
I'm disappointed.
We'll have to watch that next time.
No,
I
it's
don't know
really
if I'm-
That's
shitty.
what I said. I was like, maybe we should watch that one.
No, I don't
next
think
week.
so. It wasn't good. I was judging you pretty hardcore on your movie choices because I was like,
You
this
were
one's-
judging. Okay.
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
that
I was
film
being
wasn't
judged.
great.
Whoa,
Whoa.
Rob's kicking the microphone.
Are you
with
not
his
upset
long
with
ass
me?
legs.
I am pretty upset.
Okay, so I feel
actually.
like you guys.
I was
can talk-
really excited to talk about this movie.
You can
because
talk-
I
the
was too.
ending.
I still think you guys should
It
talk
just
about
kind of
it.
happened, and I was just like,
The ending is the best ending of any movie.
I still think you guys should talk about it. I
well,
just
but,
screwed up.
see, no, but
but
is
what
it-
we want to talk about is mostly the ending and the plot twist.
Then you guys can talk about
and
it.
it's like,
Okay,
just gonna
there-
ruin
what do you
it.
mean? Okay,
She missed her chance.
That's
to
the
not
point.
I ruined. I screwed
what
it up.
plot
Talk
twist
about
though?
it.
Like, okay, do you
You
remember
watched the whole
when he,
movie too.
whenever he when he pulled up and he's like, "Hey, did you see that axe in the front yard? Do you think that's?" He's like, "Did it cross your mind that you thought that I was gonna kill you with that?" Like, as soon as he said that, I was like, "All right, so this dude is gonna get his his head, axed before."
Oh, so you already thought that?
I mean, that whole movie I thought was just nothing but foreshadow.
Okay. See, I wasn't sure, like, if he was actually just, like, kind of just a little crazy and weird,
You
or if
didn't-
he was, like, a murderer.
You didn't get that whole psychopath
I mean,
From the beginning,
I did, but I
he was-
wasn't sure what was gonna happen. And then at the very end, when he's, like, just standing there with the axe for, like, a good 5 minutes, you're like, okay, what's he doing? What's he doing?
No, like as soon as I watched it, like as soon as he walked behind him, I was like, oh, he's being sneaky. He's gonna kill this guy. Wonder how? Maybe an axe. And then he put the mask on.
Oh, the
What-
part,
Like
I
and he
love
put
when
the,
he wears the mask.
what? Like in the just every time or in that
Every
scene?
time.
I-
Because it's like you just come around the corner and he's just like standing there in the mask.
Yeah, like I thought that was so weird when he was standing in front of the door, and I was just like, oh man, he's about to get murdered now.
I
And people, like,
know. And then it's like, oh, this is still going on. Like,
he got
I'm
out
really
of that.
surprised he got away. But my favorite part is at the very end when he's watching the video footage back.
Yeah. Oh my.
And he's like, wow.
He's like reminiscing on it, and like, whoa,
Yeah.
you are psychotic.
And then he scares himself. Remember when, like, he's watching the video, and in the video when he was filming it, he, like, came up to the
And, like,
camera and,
popped
like,
up.
jumped in front of it. He's like, whoa! I scared myself. Kara, you
It
really
was so
fucked
weird.
up.
I liked how he was like breaking it down and how he was like, "You're gonna always be my favorite because you just showed up to the pond and you didn't even think to look behind you." And he like put his name in a big heart on the DVD and just slid it into like a case with like
There's so
many other
fucking
DVDs.
Videos.
I was like, "Oh, whoa!"
Dude, there's a 2nd
I'm
one.
I'll watch Creep 2.
There's a second one.
You don't even have to put that on assignment. Like those are quick short movies.
Yeah.
If you're at home listening, Creep, Netflix.
Spoiler alert.
Spoil. Oh, we should have said that like at the very beginning.
Well, you said that you were going to talk about it, so
we
honestly.
can insert that in.
We're trying to learn here. We're great together.
Episode 2, it's a learning curve.
I hope we'll get good at this one day. If not, I guess we'll just stop doing it. I don't know.
So blah, blah, blah.
Is that where we are at? Like, we're either gonna get good at this or we're just gonna quit.
Yeah, if we don't get any better than this, then
we'll quit.
this is just over.
We
Sorry.
promise, if we don't get any better, we'll take this shit off. I want to know all the things I'm upset that...
Tiger's gotta be in this.
It's a special guest. We
It
had him on
is.
the last week.
This is the special guest.
Tiger, you seem creep, right? You've come prepared. Oh, you're
I didn't know that I didn't come prepared. This is the fucking problem. I thought I
you're
came
the
prepared.
worst. So...
I think it's just, I'm kind of satisfied enough that you watched the wrong movie.
Oh, I know. I'm just...
Like, that's enough satisfaction
You're
for
just
me.
an idiot.
I thought... I'll try again next time. That's all I can say.
So, Kara, what do you have for us?
To listen to next week. Was it really me?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Because
really
I
you.
do have this podcast that I want you guys to listen to, so I think I'm going to stick
no.
it on
Podcast?
Movies.
It
I
doesn't
don't
have
like
to be
movies. That's what screws me up. I do not like movies.
Okay, well, it doesn't have to be movies.
I don't like movies, and I can't make you watch an entire series of a television show. I don't have time to have you read a whole book, but I can get you to listen to like podcast episodes. So
Okay.
I'll
So a
send-
certain episode?
It'll be a certain episode of that Pod Save America podcast that I listen to. It was one that was taken. It posted like on Monday this week.
Okay.
And it was them interviewing people at the
About the march?
at the march,
How
and it was
could
really
I
really good.
have guessed.
Wow. Current
Kara went to the
events.
march, everyone.
I went to the one in town.
The one in town. Okay, sorry, Karen.
We can't say where.
You did more than we did. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I
maybe
did
we
a
shouldn't
ton
be
more
making
than
fun
you
of
did. I planned to go to a bigger one, but I ended up just going to the one in town. But I still went to it. I think that's. But
Yeah, that's
I think I was working, but
It was probably raining that day. Too.
it was raining. It was really freezing. It
Oh,
was
you're
cold
right.
AF.
Nope.
Yep. See, I'm not
no,
going.
I took my sister and my roommate, and we went, and it was cool. I've been to like a couple other things
Where's
I've
it
always-
at?
at the courthouse in town.
Oh, okay.
It was like it actually had a better turnout than I thought. You never know with a smaller town in a red state, even though the county itself is blue, you never know what the turnout's going to be. And I've driven past the courthouse on like the street on the highway right there, and people have held signs before, and they get kind of like a reaction. But there are people there holding signs up, protesting, and then there were like a couple high school students speaking. It was pretty cool.
did you have a sign?
My sister made a sign there.
What
Oh,
did it
she
She
say?
had one. It was Hamilton referenced, so we're not allowed to talk about it.
Oh.
Man, that's
No
like.
way.
A lot
No,
of
what was the Hamilton reference? I want to know.
it was a quote from Hamilton. It was called "This is not the moment, it's the movement." So
It's such a musical thing.
no, I mean there are a lot of
easy.
Hamilton signs at different
Why is
marches.
Hamilton so popular right now?
It is funny that
I don't
we constantly make fun of you for liking Hamilton, but I feel like in the real world, we're probably like the only people who don't like Hamilton.
And you can't even say that you don't like
I know 3 people
I
who went
heard
and
you
saw
listen
Chicago
to the
this week.
polka.
Oh, God.
Engineer Bruce is a fan.
Of Weird Al Yankovic.
But you No, I heard you listening to the
I listened
the
to-
actual thing.
I mean, I'm not embarrassed about it.
You shouldn't be because
You
you're in the
should
majority.
be.
But
no,
I
you're in the
actually
majority.
did like what I listened to, but I only listened to the first track.
I mean, that's
It's
more than
pointless,
I
like,
listen to.
I need to like
Listen to 3.
watch it in action.
You
It
can,
just,
you don't
like,
have
came
to.
out.
That's the thing with it being like, even though it's a cast album, and the thing with Hamilton is that there's only one spoken part that you don't get from listening to the cast album. So you can listen to it all the way through and get
And that's
everything from
basically
the
the whole
musical
thing.
Except
that you
that
need
one part.
the
But I
entire
could
thing,
get the
except
same
for this
thing in
one.
5 minutes with the polka.
You can. And
I
you
like
can watch
that
the
thinking.
you can watch the Drunk History episode that they talk about Alexander
Ooh,
Hamilton.
that sounds better than the polka.
Kara's
The
got
polka's
a lot of
good.
things here.
Or you could read the Ron Chernow biography that's 500 pages
Nope.
if you want
What?
the same.
Back to the polka.
Besides going to polka.
Polka's good. I like it. It is good. It was a Hamel drop, like February's Hamel drop. I liked it. There's a new thing
Is
coming
that
out.
a word?
Yeah, every month we talk about
You're
Hamilton on our
dying
podcast,
over
and I'm in love. Every
Chance.
month there's a new Hamilton song coming out. That was February's. March was March for Our Lives charity song that they just put out.
That's the one he did with the guy from Pitch Perfect, right?
Yeah, the guy from Dear Evan Hansen, Ben Platt.
I don't
put
know
a
that.
song
I
out,
know
and they
Pitch
performed it
Perfect.
at the march in DC, and the money from that song went to the March for
Hamilton
Our
fans.
Lives.
It went back to Hamilton fans.
No.
You didn't get any money from this?
No, of course not.
And you support it.
What?
You deserve some
I talk so
return
much
here.
about Hamilton on the podcast.
Yeah, moving on.
Okay, moving on.
Back to wait. So what were we talking about? The march.
The march. But no, it was good. I feel like if you would have wanted to go, that would have been cool.
I didn't
and
know. I
There's
thought you were going
another
to
one.
Indy.
There's another school walkout scheduled for April, and then there's another march
it's in
scheduled for
like the
April
Columbine
20th. Is another march I think they've
Yeah,
got coming
they're
out.
doing the anniversary of Columbine or whatever when
Yep.
they're doing it.
Yep, the anniversary of Columbine.
Can I just say they're also doing that on 420? So like,
I-
who are you fooling?
People are still gonna.
Everyone's gonna be gone anyway.
People are still
so
gonna go. I think people are still.
That's gonna
go.
make us look good.
Well, you know the anniversary of Columbine is on.
I know.
April 20th.
I know.
It's not like they're like,
I know.
Let's do it on 420
Back to
this
the
year.
back to the conspiracy
It's
corner.
the best
Who are you
day.
fooling?
So
Who are you
you
high
think they
schoolers
call it? Let's
fooling?
choose
Columbine
that day.
happened because it was 420. That's when they wanted it. No, I don't think it has anything to do with that.
No,
I did
neither.
understand that it was the same day, but I think that it's still gonna have a significant impact. I'm glad that they're continuing to keep
Oh,
talking
definitely.
about it.
Like this is definitely an
very
issue that like has been ongoing. And I feel like they haven't really done.
As long as you
anything.
keep it in the conversation, that's how you win.
That's true. That's
know?
probably why we haven't won before.
Because I
Because
think
we are lazy.
I think that the biggest part of like the gun control conversations that are brought up after mass shootings every time are so easily shot down by the other side just because they have that excuse of it's too soon to talk about it. You need to let the people grieve.
just so ridiculous.
And every time that's kind
That's
of
an
what
excuse to
that's
just
what
let it go and
hushes
let
it.
But then it just gets forgot about. Like,
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
weird how, like, this is big now after the high school shooting. But, like,
There've been so
Sandy
many.
Hook, like, no one even talks about Sandy Hook anymore. And those were, like, children, like,
Yeah.
little kids dying. Why don't we talk about that?
I think that it's different this time because the students themselves that were in the classrooms when this happened
Like, they're
at
kind of the
Stone
ones leading it.
Yeah.
Douglas are literally saying, no, it's not too soon. It's actually too late. 17 of my peers are dead now.
Yeah.
So,
and we're the ones who also could have died. I think that makes a
Yeah.
yeah,
big difference.
so,
Instead of,
you know.
like, politicians coming up and saying, like, oh, guns need to go away. Like, yeah, we
Yeah.
know, but...
Yeah, and the kids are saying, I've been there and I've experienced this, and, you know, when they say, oh, they're kids, a big thing is that they're trying to shut the kids down and say, oh, well, they're kids, and, you know, what do kids know? They can't vote, and those kids are standing there, and they're saying...
But they're
"I stood-"
literally about to be able to vote,
Yeah,
too.
no, yeah, totally, a lot of them, especially
Yeah.
the kids that are, like, that are really leading this, like, initiative, are 17 years old. Like,
Yeah.
they're gonna be able to vote. They might be able to vote in this midterm, even, so... I mean, it's a really big... I mean, my sister, even, she gets pretty politically involved, and she sometimes feels like she doesn't have a voice, but she's 16. She's going to vote for the next president.
Yeah.
So, that, I mean...
Well, the fact that she even cares at this age is...
I think that a lot of people
Yeah, that's also
I think
something.
that more and more we see that people do care. I think that it has a lot to do with social media and how it just is trending. There's, like, such a trending topic, and I think that also Donald Trump has brought a significant amount of just, like, backlash for all the crazy things he says and what he does, that people have an opinion on it. So I just feel like kids do get more involved. I mean, I always thought when I was in 7th grade and decided that I was interested in politics that I was kind of unusual because no other, 13, 14-year-old really cared. But there were some that did.
No one ever talked about politics when I was in, like,
Really?
middle school. Except for, like, the one kid in school who, like, wanted to be the, like...
Yeah,
like the
wanted to be the
president.
president.
That
the
was
class
me,
president.
but not even class president. I was like, I'm a
Why
president
am I
of the
not
United States.
surprised?
I'm super interested in it. Yeah, but
Miss that guy.
okay, I'm sorry. Obama's super cool.
No, he is.
I was listening
He's the coolest.
He's the coolest. And I was listening to a Joe Biden interview today, but they're both very cool dudes.
Speaking of Joe Biden, I'm so sick of seeing, like... Have you seen all the, like, Twitter war and Twitter beef with, like... Trump and them?
I was listening to a podcast actually this morning, a
yeah.
podcast interview where they brought it up. They're like, okay, so
Why are they, like, being...
it's not a beef. What it was that months ago, or I think during the campaign or something, Biden mentioned that if it was when the whole pussy grabbing situation came out in the campaign, Joe Biden made a comment that was if he went to high school with Donald Trump and Donald Trump made a pussy grabbing comment around his sister or around Joe Biden's sister, that he would have laid him out. Essentially, I don't know exactly what word he used, but that somehow resurfaced into the news, and of course Donald Trump takes any excuse to tweet about anything and make him see, oh my god, he's trying to fight me or whatever, or oh, what could I do? But no, if that's what it was. It was
Can
like
you imagine
months
that
ago.
fight?
Somebody was reading.
Donald Trump is not healthy. He would not win.
Yeah, we know what he eats.
He's gonna.
I know what he eats. BuzzFeed video that tells you what he eats every day. It's disgusting. I watched it like twice because I was like, "Are you kidding?"
You're like, "Wait, is this real?"
He really eats. They take the buns off the Big Mac and oh my god,
and the fish fillet.
No,
with the
literally
ketchup.
for lunch he like. I was watching this BuzzFeed
Why does
video.
the president still eat McDonald's?
He eats McDonald's all the time. They did this thing. They brought the guy at BuzzFeed like what he eats, and he eats like a fish fillet and a Big Mac, and they remove the buns from both of them.
Get
and
the
then
carbs
they
out.
Like in the middle of a Big Mac?
Yeah,
or the
they
both
like
of-
take it
or
all,
all three of them.
and then they just cover it in just mountains of ketchup, and that's what he eats for lunch. Or his other lunch thing was that he eats a pizza, but only the toppings. A whole pizza, only the toppings.
Like, just picks off the whole thing of cheese
So he
and
doesn't-
then slurps it up.
He
Yeah,
doesn't
and
eat
then
like
he drinks
bread.
Silverware, just...
Yep.
Yeah. How many Diet Cokes does he drink in a day?
13.
13 Diet Cokes a day.
13 cans of Diet Coke with a straw.
What a. Can
Can we say these
can
things?
you say that?
We've already said these things.
We can say
Rob.
these things, trust me.
Everyone's saying them. Engineer
with a
Bruce is giving you a
straw.
thumbs up.
God, no, I'm not gonna say it. But like with a straw, come on, man.
I mean, I like Diet Coke, but like the
with
people,
a straw.
the two people that were doing this BuzzFeed like video challenge, like where they ate like him
Yeah,
for the
they were
day,
trying to eat the
They were
same food.
trying to just drink the Diet Cokes as they came, and they're like, "Do you not see we have 3 Diet Cokes I haven't even touched?" And the guy's like bringing them more, like, "Oh nope, it's Donald
time.
Trump would have 2 more right now," and they're like, "I have a table full of Diet Cokes that I can't even drink all of these. I just
Ugh.
need water. How does he survive?"
I mean, I'm sure he won't. He'll be dead real soon because Diet Coke is cancerous.
In a can.
Not even the McDonald's. You're like the Diet Coke.
Yeah.
I mean, the McDonald's is bad too, but
His dinner, I can't remember. He eats McDonald's for
he
breakfast.
eats a well-done steak covered in gravy.
Yeah, just mountains of gravy. He
Well
likes the
done.
sauce.
but well done.
What?
Like,
a
He's
bitch.
literally like an 8-year-old. Like, that's honestly how he eats. Like an 8-year-old.
I think my favorite is like the pizza toppings.
Yeah, that's my favorite too.
Does he throw the whole like things? of
Well, no,
Frisbee
the
after
guy
he's
that was
done
like
and then just
the
shits
guy that
of
was
it,
like serving them food was like scraping the toppings off onto like a plate for him, like with a
That's my
knife.
question. Does he get the chef, like this presidential
He just
chef,
comes
to,
up with the
like-
pizza. He's like,
Yeah.
Well, no, if he's eating
Like,
McDonald's for
like,
breakfast, I'm sure he just
silverware
orders
to
Papa
just
No, I don't think that's
shave
breakfast.
off.
Yeah,
What does he eat for
literally.
breakfast?
oh, he had like a
Did it
McDonald's
show? Oh, was it McDonald's?
McMuffin or something. Or
That-
there was
that I
like
can get
2.
that.
There was
I can
another
get
option.
I would be eating like eggs Benedict if I was the president.
Yeah,
whatever.
like-
he can literally eat
And
whatever
then like
he wants.
I'd be having shrimp cocktail or something like deliciously dank for lunch.
No,
Deliciously
he wants
dank.
McDonald's and pizza.
Yeah, no, but he wants
Hashtag.
McDonald's. Deliciously dank. Hashtag get that trending.
He really wants.
Like and subscribe for the deliciously dank content.
Like and subscribe. We're not on YouTube, but like and subscribe.
You can subscribe though.
First T-shirt.
Deliciously dank.
We need to put this
We got
on something
t-shirts?
other than iTunes.
Apparently.
But we talked about how we were going to tell a story. I know it's a work story, but
What's the work story?
the story about how that one woman confessed to murder in front of Rob.
Oh, how she
Has she-
Vicky. Oh, yeah.
Vicky?
Victoria.
We've already
well,
shortened
We're
this name.
shortening it already.
well, I mean, that's
you know.
I don't know who like the lady was. Okay, so
Okay.
this
Tell
lady.
the story.
She came in. She asked for a specific sandwich and to use our phone. So she was on the phone. She was supposed to just like stand in front of the register, use the phone there, and not walk anywhere. She walks to the other side of the store. She's pacing, going back all over the place. I get a couple like eavesdrops in, and she said, "I heard like I killed Victoria. I don't care if it's 70 and sunny where you are. I need to get a lawyer." She was just blabbing all over the place, and so I go outside and I'm talking to her on the patio of the establishment because she was out there, harassing our patrons.
Our patrons.
There's literally nobody else.
Not
but
the patrons.
It was honestly a pretty full full lobby when they were there. There was like 2 families, and then there were a couple other guys over here. There was like 2 guys sitting like across like in those tables, and they were like kind of sitting there like
I'm
like,
sure they were.
like listening to.
That was their entertainment for the day.
Yeah,
Did
it
she
really
look
was.
like she was on drugs?
She was,
maybe?
absolutely.
She was
Oh.
tweaking.
Okay.
In her defense,
Like, for sure.
In her defense, I didn't tell her that she had to stand like right in front of me because I took her order and gave
Yeah,
her the
but
phone.
that's kind of common sense.
But
you don't.
I was like paying attention so hard because I was ready to.
My
just,
favorite
like,
thing was when I immediately walked to the back after
She's
taking your order and then saw your face when she started talking about murder. That was really exciting. I was kind of nervous
I was
that I
freaking
didn't get
out.
to hear it. I would love to hear that. I would love to hear somebody.
And then
confess
she like
murder
took her
from me.
boot off and left her boot in the store.
Like
didn't
she
eat her
left
sandwich.
without her boot.
Yeah, I like kicked it out the door. Like
I didn't know that.
she took her shoe off. She
I
took
knew
her
she
left
took
shoe
her
off. She didn't eat the sandwich. She just like pulled the layers apart and then ripped some of the meat up.
Oh boy.
But when I was talking to her out on the porch, I was like asking her, "Hey, you got somebody coming for you? Do you need the police to come give you a ride?" And she like grabbed my elbow and she's like, nobody's coming for me. God's coming for me. And I was like,
Oh,
okay, yeah,
is
you
he?
are on drugs and you probably did kill somebody, and now you're touching me. Like,
You're a liability at this point.
she was like sitting there like, all you young people need to look like you, blah blah blah. You look so good,
What?
and just- yeah, she was just blabbling.
She was trying to get it.
No, I hope not. She was, it was weird.
Yeah, she was on some drugs.
And then
She
you
had
just
a-
let her leave.
Well, no, I
What were we
told.
supposed to do?
Call the cops. Say I have a murderer.
Well, see, like I went home and told
See,
my
I didn't have
roommates the
proof.
story,
I had a druggie on the phone.
talking.
That's
about it.
one thing. They could at least come because she's on drugs.
That's true.
And then
I-
find out that she killed some
I
girl
don't
named
know.
Victoria.
I went home and like told my
She
roommate
had a
the
shopping
story,
cart. She's got it hard enough. Man.
and they were like, "Did you call the police?" And I was like, "No, we didn't. I don't." And they were like, "You should have done that." And I was like,
It
"I
probably
don't
happened
know."
too quickly, and in the moment,
It
we
did.
don't have enough time to just.
I was just freaking out hearing
Immediately
that,
called
and
them.
I was like, I need to tell Kara that because what? This girl just killed
It's very
Victoria.
important. So, if you know anyone,
I've been reading like an
Victoria-
obituary. I haven't seen anybody.
Did
die
we
named
just
Victoria.
confess to
knowing
being a part of a murder?
We
Perhaps.
didn't touch Victoria.
I
We
did give her a
let
phone.
her murderer use the phone.
She had already killed the person by the time we saw her. So honestly, what could
It's
we have
not
done?
our fault.
She was already dead. Somebody listens
all
to this. The
Kara's
friend's
fault.
missing. Named
Yeah, it was
Victoria.
actually Kara. We just
What?
were using a fake.
I'm so glad that I'm now going to be.
If they use this in Korea, you'll probably get more subscribers.
That's true.
Ooh.
Scars mean
Secret.
nothing when I'm in jail.
Anyone have any good on this day?
Oh,
Ooh,
let's see.
Ooh, let's see.
I don't think so.
And I'm not talking about in history. I'm talking about
On Facebook.
on
Um,
your
Nobody
Facebook.
cares about what happened.
Oh,
on
I don't
this
look.
day.
No, I'm gonna find something.
No,
on
go
this
to your.
day.
No.
No, because it made. You told me not to, so I
Rob
have
just
to.
does what he wants.
Yep.
Okay, I used to do this thing because I'm a big jerk.
Oh.
Where I would
Cool.
like find someone's Facebook post that is like cringy and like that just made me want to punch them.
Mhm.
And then I would type that exact status on my Facebook like as my own status to make fun of them.
This sounds like bullshit.
This
What's the status?
this is a really sad
Are you sure it
thing.
just wasn't you?
No.
I feel like it was just you.
I typed
Wait, so you would just like copy their status?
So like I would be hanging out with my friends, we'd be scrolling on Facebook because we had nothing better to do.
You have, wait, friends?
I used to. And then we would like find someone on Facebook that we like don't like or that we like make fun of. And then we'd see what their like latest status was. And then if it was stupid enough, we would take the status and then post it on our Facebook as a joke. But we were the only ones who got the joke.
So you're just being mean.
You guys
Yeah.
are so punked.
No,
Or
we were
conspiracy
being,
corner.
we
There
were
was
being
no
real
original
mean. And
post.
Yeah, you were just posting that cringy stuff and you're just trying to think
I
of
mean,
an
I had nothing better to
excuse.
do. And I like making fun of people.
I just love when I get my on this day and they're stupid. Like when I was in middle school and used to
Text
think that
me.
people would care about texting me.
See,
or,
I never
like,
did that.
care that I would like be like going to the mall with so and so, and you're like, nobody gives a one shit. Nobody cares at all. Like there were 0 likes on this. Nobody
Be
cared
like,
what
wow,
I was
I'd
doing.
only care about that if I was trying to murder you at this time.
Yeah,
But you
I was
posted that
telling
4
people
hours
where
ago,
I
so you're not
was.
there.
All the time. Of course, yeah, it was on
You were always just either at the mall or
Well, no.
at home in your room.
The malls are like becoming very obsolete.
Yes, they are.
And I get it. Like a lot of people don't get it. Like my mom's very upset about like Toys R Us closing.
Why? Oh,
Because
God.
my mom used to
'Cause
work. My mom used to work at Toys R Us, and I get it. She's still knows people that work there. But she was like super upset with me because it was closing and Easter's coming up, and I have a younger cousin, and I was like, yeah, you should probably go hit up those sales before you know, before they close. I bet they have a good one. You can get so and so his present or whatever. And she was like, people are losing their jobs.
Okay.
And I'm like,
but listen, if you have a job at Toys R Us, you could literally get a job at
any other
yeah,
like,
and I was looking up, like, I was reading articles about, like, why they're going under, and I knew they had filed bankruptcy and stuff, but, like, is it because people aren't going to the stores anymore? Like, is it because Amazon? And it was an article, and it was like, it's not Amazon, it's just people, like, unemployment is pretty low right now, and people just are looking for jobs, and Toys R Us just isn't up with the times and paying their workers more.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So they're still paying them pretty low wages, so it's honestly Toys R
I think
Us's fault.
that's a big thing everywhere right now.
Yeah, if you're not going to pay, if unemployment's low and people have options and you're still paying $7.25 an hour in states like this who go by the federal minimum wage, then no, I'm going to go anywhere fucking else.
Yeah.
Like, so sorry, I don't feel bad for Toys R Us for closing. Like,
I kind of feel like just kids playing with toys is sort of like...
you think so?
Yeah, because, like, everyone's got their little iPhones and they play their games on there. Everyone just wants to play video
I do
games.
think
like,
that is another thing.
Like, what kids do you see, like, outside, like, riding a bike or just doing, like, kids stuff?
I don't know if I see. I mean, like, like I said, I have a younger cousin. He's a couple years old. I think he still has toys. Like, you know, we have a person we work with who has a child, and I've, like, watched her, and she has, like, toys still.
but
so,
would they rather
mean,
have
no,
an
like,
iPad?
she does have, and she
Yeah.
does have a tablet or whatever too. So I don't know.
Every time I go to
I
my
really don't know
grandma's
a lot about
house,
kids.
I have like a lot of younger cousins, and my grandma has tons of toys and
Yeah.
like a bunch of stuff.
Uh-huh.
They're literally all on their iPads the whole time, and each and every one of them has their own iPad, including one that's like 3 years old. And I'm like,
Give her a shaker. Give her one of those things that you shake it and
rattle?
it make... Yeah, a rattle. whatever. Why does
I
a
like
3-year-old
a
need an
shaker.
iPad?
He does have like that little toy
yeah,
Fisher Price.
like a kid iPad. Like, oh my god,
The ones that are like got the turf around them and stuff, so you can throw them.
Yeah. Where's the Etch a Sketches? Make
Those
your
work-
own
Oh.
iPad. Do we need to take breaks? Is that a thing?
Yeah,
we
we do need to take breaks. I don't like
Do
the
we
break.
have commercial
I
breaks?
like. We
No,
don't have commercial breaks. We don't
sponsors.
have ads, but I think.
Anybody trying to
That's where I
sponsor
wanna
us?
Is this the
Yeah, you just threw it up a little.
new version?
Up an octave. Welcome back.
That's my thing. Welcome back. Okay, I have a really important question to ask you guys.
You ready?
Yeah.
Drum roll, please.
We don't have. Okay, go ahead.
Engineer Bruce, thank you. If you could only eat one cereal for the rest of your life. What? Whoa, what?
Whoa, why are you so distressed about this? It's just
She
a
said
cereal.
she doesn't like cereal.
Are you shitting
I
me?
don't eat cereal.
You don't eat cereal?
This girl doesn't like anything good.
All
You
right.
still have to answer the question.
Yeah, you still do.
Didn't eat cereal, can't write the walk.
You have to at least
Well,
like one cereal.
It's one
I
cereal, but it's
literally
also it's the
don't.
only thing that you can eat for the rest.
I bet you like
Whoa,
a
no,
plain
that was-
Cheerio.
If there was the only
That's
thing
a
I could
big
eat for a spell, we could have a conversation about that. But
Okay, that could be the next
Alright,
question.
yeah, no,
First,
that-
you gotta answer this one.
I don't eat cereal because I try not to drink dairy.
You don't enjoy the.
You don't just eat
And
dry
I-
cereal? I'll eat so much more dry cereal without milk.
What?
Depending
My
on the
roommate
cereal,
goes and gets
yeah.
the most childlike cereals he can find, I think. Like,
You
right
know
now,
you
currently
can-
we have Oreo-Os or whatever. at
Literally
our house.
just said.
Yeah,
talked
we were
about
talking
this.
about those.
So you know you can eat cereal with like almond milk and
Yeah, but
soy milk.
And no milk.
Are you a
Engineer
big
Bruce.
fan of like no milk cereals?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
You get all the real flavor like
I'm
that.
a millennial. I eat avocado toast in the morning.
We know you do, but if you had to eat one
One
cereal
cereal.
for the rest of your life,
Uno cereal.
what would it be?
The Oops All Berries is good.
Oh my god, you're a
Oops, all
child.
What do you get? Raisin Bran. No. Ew, raisin.
I was expecting like Wheaties, plain Cheerios, or Raisin Bran
Frosted
from you.
Flakes, maybe.
No, Frosted Flakes is too sugary. That's too kid-like for her.
But she
I literally
chose
said
Oops All Berries.
I don't like
Which
it.
is
Again,
also another
I don't
Captain
even
Crunch.
eat
Something
that.
just out of left
And
field.
or just the marshmallows from
Oh my
Look at you.
god.
You can buy this on
Those are
Amazon,
the
like
worst
just the
part
marshmallows.
of
No,
the
I
Lucky
love this,
Charms.
like the stupid dried
They're like
marshmallows.
dry-
No, I like it. I like it.
But they're only good in milk, and
No, I
you don't even like the
No,
milk
I don't.
part.
No, no milk.
You
They're
just
not even
eat the
good.
dry
Marshmallows?
marshmallows?
Yeah, those are good.
It's
Cow.
just straight
I
Those
think
are
you're
good.
like
psychopath.
maybe a murderer.
Maybe she killed
Making a
Victoria.
murderer.
It was her.
Me.
And the meth head
No,
was...
I haven't killed anybody.
Killed Victoria.
I didn't kill anyone. I've never killed anyone.
That we know of.
I don't want this to be a thing.
Okay, so Rob?
This is a segment every week. Victoria Watch.
Still no word.
When was this? So we can get like a date of...
2-ish weeks? Was it before spring break or
2-3
after?
weeks ago?
It was before I went to Phoenix.
And we're recording this on the 29th.
Somebody
For
gets a
posterity.
hold
It was
of
the
us
week
because their friend
before that.
Victoria's
For the
been
listeners.
missing.
Back home.
Back home.
Rob, what's your favorite cereal?
Oh, Fruit Loops. Hands down. There's going to be a zombie apocalypse one day, and the only thing that they're going to have on the shelf of Walmart that you're
Don't
looting
eat it.
is
It's
going to be
cereal.
like cereal.
Then I'll eat it, I guess. But
You guess.
Guess.
She'd rather just starve.
I'm not a big
Be a
breakfast
zombie's
person.
Breakfast is
lunch.
the best.
No,
meal.
I don't eat like the staple breakfast foods. Like even outside of cereal, I
You don't
eat
like eggs?
I don't eat eggs. I don't like pork, and I don't
You like what? You
like
pancakes?
cheese. So
Oh man.
pancakes, yeah, I like
Okay,
pancakes
okay,
as
you're
well.
But
not-
pancakes, you can eat at any time of the day. They're
Well,
more like a
so
dessert.
can
I get
every
this-
other part of breakfast food.
I
That is
get
true.
these waffles from Aldi that I like. These like frozen waffles that I eat.
There you
Lame.
go.
No, they're like these. Like,
No one's gonna
they're-
ask what
they're-
my favorite cereal is.
No, we don't care. Moving on.
What's your favorite cereal, Madison?
Thanks, Rob. Well, I think that it's Honey Smacks.
Those are. I like those.
What?
Do you?
You like those?
What?
I like those.
You can eat those without milk.
Yeah.
I'll eat them
And they
without-
actually taste like really good.
There's candy.
Honestly, I would probably eat Honey Smacks without milk before I put them in the milk because they get soggy really fast.
You gotta eat that shit fast. And I
See-
eat all food fast.
I'm trying to enjoy my shit. I'm not just trying to be a vacuum cleaner.
Have you ever seen Teletubbies?
Yeah, that was my shit.
You know the vacuum cleaner on Teletubbies?
That's you.
That is literally me. Just walking around, like, sucking things up.
Wait, what's that thing they eat on Teletubbies? The.
Don't ask
Like
me
the
anything
pink
new.
stuff?
Yeah.
Like the goo?
Yeah.
That's the slurp juice.
Yeah,
That's what I eat for
he...
breakfast. That's what I eat for
Is that
breakfast.
the sauce?
Huh?
The
It is
sauce.
the sauce.
Oh.
It's like tubby custard.
Oh, yeah, we looked this up.
Yeah.
And the vacuum will go and, like, start just, like, sucking it up. And they're like, naughty new. I think that's its name.
Naughty Nunu, the vacuum.
Yeah.
I'll review on Teletubbies.
He's pretty naughty. Where's my super suit? No?
No?
No one?
What? No, I mean, yeah, Incredibles, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
The Incredibles 2 is coming out this summer.
Yeah. You
That, I feel like Incredibles...
They should've
is-
stopped.
That should have...
shouldn't have done it.
Really? You don't think they should have done a second one?
Nope.
No, because it was
watched
so
it,
long
I don't
ago.
think so.
Like, it
People
made
have been
sense
like,
why...
I've been waiting this long.
No, that's not, like... It made sense for, like, Toy Story to wait because it was, like, a little more relatable, but, like, how long ago was Incredibles?
I don't know.
What was the
6
even,
years
like,
ago?
what was the setup for the sequel even? Like, the mole
I think
rat
just
people?
to
The baby.
get hype. Because people
That's
really
basically
liked that movie.
There's the baby, and then, like, they ended it with something, and
No,
it was
but it's
like,
still
oh,
a
yeah,
baby,
movie.
so it's not like it's taking place like 6 years in the future. It's like it's taking place like when the other movie ended, I think. I don't know.
So we're not excited about the Incredibles film. I guess
I'm
it's good.
down.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm excited for the Grinch cartoon.
Kara's gonna watch the first one on accident.
Guys, SpongeBob started in
I'm gonna watch that.
1999,
Whoa.
Wow.
so it's 18 years old.
It's gonna be 19 here, and it's gonna be 19 next
illegal.
month. Oh god.
Oh my gosh,
Moving on.
we're too white. Do I have any other cool questions? Oh, right, we were gonna talk about what we would eat for the rest of our lives.
Oh,
Ooh,
like just
now
normally?
here's the question.
Yeah. One food?
One food for the rest of my life.
Can you? Okay, so are we
One food.
saying like one food, one ingredient,
One
like
food.
one item?
I think it
Food.
can be one food, so it can be different ingredients, I guess.
What?
So, like, if you choose pizza,
Eight
it
different
obviously has to
pizzas.
be, like,
That's
a
what you choose.
cheese and, a sauce, like, multiple ingredients.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Wow, Kara's really on board.
She'd eat avocado toast like a freaking
God.
millennial.
No.
I think I would want a dank gyro every day for the rest of my a dank delicious
Really?
gyro.
A
Yeah,
dank delicious
Gyro.
gyro.
I love gyros. Those are so good.
Yeah.
Vanessa, what are you eating for the rest of your life? Pizza?
I feel
Pizza,
like I would have to choose
cheeseburgers.
pizza.
Yeah, basic cheese pizza.
No, pepperoni.
Okay.
Maybe some sausage. So yeah, I guess mine's pizza. What's yours?
Mashed
Shocker.
potatoes.
Oh, I should have guessed.
Mashed potatoes. That's a side.
No, it's a food.
It can be a whole dish.
Yeah.
Have you ever had those snack bowls from KFC with like the chicken
No,
and
no.
the corn and the cheese?
Oh, where it's all-
in mashed potatoes.
Don't put the cheese on it.
Why?
Why? That's the...
It's just a little shredded cheese.
Nope.
No?
You are so incorrect.
I hate it.
Yeah,
So
I
what are we
know.
listening to for next week? It's the podcast
It's
called
Pod Save America.
Pod
I'm
Save
just
America.
like it's the episode. It's the Monday.
We got to tell our
episode.
viewers, or I'm not. Sorry, guys, listeners.
Subscribe to
Oh,
us
God.
and subscribe to Pod Save America.
Too much pressure. What are you? What are we?
I don't know.
I can't push anything Hamilton related on Madison.
I mean,
Yeah,
we already have a
damn
lot.
right.
We've talked about it in 2 podcasts. It's
The only two.
It's already
podcasts.
gone
It's
too
already
far.
come out.
So
Yeah.
we're listening to the latest episode,
no
Monday's episode.
Mondays.
Are you
because
sending a link?
the
What's it called so our listeners back home can listen?
Wait, hang on. Google. We're happening. It's Googling.
It is called.
It's Googling.
When did Googling like become a verb?
Well,
It's-
just now when you said it.
Go me.
Go you. Maybe Webster's
It's called
Dictionary
it.
will-
It's Sunday's episode. It's called It Has to Be the Kids. It's really good.
Well, good thing we looked this up because we would have listened to Monday's
No,
episode.
I would have sent it to you.
And then it
It's
would
an
have been
hour
a
and 8
whole
minutes
other thing.
long.
It
where
would have
we
just.
listened to the wrong thing, and then you watched the wrong movie, and then next week we'll...
It's our thing.
It would have been a shabooble.
It's our thing.
What?
Just a big shabooble.
Are you just making up words? What did you call these things?
The little schmuggums.
No, last time you said schmiggables.
No, I was talking about the like an accent over or something. A little.
What?
You could just say
What?
accent. That works.
So listen to that podcast.
No, that's too easy, man. I'm trying to be
He says,
creative.
I call them
There's
schmiggables.
I
specific
call them-
words for things like umlaut, like the two dots over like the U.
What are we talking about?
Is that what those are called?
Well, no, I
They
mean
have
that's
actual
what that
names.
specific one is called.
An
But,
umlaut?
but if you're just talking about like an E or an
That's
accent
just an
over
accent.
E, it's just an accent.
It's a.
No,
over the
it's a
E.
It's a
Schmiggable.
Over the E.
God, you suck.
What?
So what are we doing this for? Like, are we just doing it 'cause? Are we trying to like really change some people's lives?
Change people's lives.
Are we trying
I'm
to help
surprised-
people like bull out and get lost in the sauce? Really, what are we doing?
Lost in the sauce.
I'm surprised people are that so many people have listened so far.
So many people.
And I'm not
I
gonna
mean,
be
it's not like-
surprised. I'm just gonna be thankful because you
It's pretty
are
cool.
helping
It's pretty
us.
cool, like being able to look and like see other people. No, I don't. It happened really quickly. It
Yeah.
was.
She said.
It's. It happened very quickly. I think you and I just started talking about it at work, and then like
We were
I
talking.
don't even know, we were
We
talking
were saying
about
some
podcasts.
bullshit.
I was
like we
gone
usually
for a
do.
week, so you didn't know what to do.
Rob was gone, so we were like, we're pretty bored.
I don't want Rob to get too much credit for this.
No. I'm gonna get like
Because we were talking, we
70%
said something
of
about.
it.
I think I was talking about. We were just talking about podcasts in general. I don't even know why.
maybe.
I
Or
don't
we
even know
were.
why, 'cause
We
I
thought
listen
we
to
were being
podcasts.
funny, or we were talking about something.
We
like,
take polls at work to see who's
cool.
funnier.
Oh,
and we
yeah,
constantly think
maybe
that we're
that's
funny, and
right.
we
And
need
then I
constant.
won. Not
You didn't.
surprising.
You weren't
And
even there.
we need constant reassurance that we're funny, and so we're like, well, let's take it out to a broader audience and see.
We think
other
we
people
have
think of it.
some decent things to say, and we.
I think that somebody will care to listen.
My mom.
Yeah, like if it's just
Thanks,
our
Mom.
parents,
Mom.
then yeah, but that'd be a cool thing to try. And then you kind of were like, this can actually happen.
Well, because
And
we were
like,
talking about how so many people can like make content these days, but most people like make YouTube videos, and we were like,
What's wrong with making
what's a
YouTube
way
videos?
to make YouTube videos without being seen?
Yeah, we don't
Oh,
wanna be seen.
podcasts.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like you. I subscribe. I like.
I like you.
I like.
Aw.
No,
Kara.
I was gonna say I like YouTube. I
Oh.
I
Damn.
I
YouTube?
watch.
Oh,
Kara.
Do you
Era.
like
Both
to?
of us.
I watch. I have like quite a few different YouTubers
Oh,
that
we know.
I watch, and I think we talked about that. And then I also listen to quite a few different podcasts.
And we were like, wait,
Why can't?
why
you?
don't we make a podcast?
And
I have a
then
microphone
the
that
lights
works.
went off above
And then we
our
found out
heads.
Madison had the equipment already, and then we were like,
Wow.
we could like.
Okay,
Destiny.
Engineer Bruce had the equipment already.
That's true.
Sorry.
Sorry. But do you have an opinion? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I like guns, honestly. Like,
What do you like about them?
I like that they are fun to shoot for the sport.
Okay.
Hunting's
Do you
pretty
like-
fun.
Oh,
I
so
like
you
them
like
for
killing
that.
animals?
Yeah, I'm a psychopath. I mean, I like killing animals. I like shooting guns. Like,
That's not psychopathic. That's
So you.
That's
you're,
natural. That's an
Instinctual,
instinct.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you like shooting animals?
I don't do it, but I don't like look down upon it.
So you're.
Because I live in the modern world where I don't have to, right? Like,
We got
I
Walmart.
go
You
by.
can go to-
I
Right,
go
but
by-
no one has
yeah.
to. They're not doing it to get
Well, not
food.
true. There's some people up in Alaska that like don't
And that's
have
fine.
Walmart.
If you're
You know what I'm
you're doing it to like that's how you get your food, then that's one thing. That's like
But
that's
can't
just-
you also look at it as a way to kind of like reconnect with your roots? I
My
feel like a lot of
roots?
hunters, not you like specifically, but a lot of hunters do it
Yeah, like
because it is something that reconnects you with, how people were like.
whenever I go hunting with my
Engineer.
grandpa, like he always talks about how he talks about like how he likes doing it now just to go and do it, even if he doesn't even get like any game that day. Like he just likes doing it because that's how he had to like get his food whenever he was growing up as a young boy.
So it's
So-
just like remembering the past.
I mean,
or
for
old-
him, yes, I like shooting guns.
Well, yeah, there's an element to that. There's definitely an element of like
Yeah,
excitement when
sure.
it comes to it, like because you're holding this,
Your
combustible
this
fucking piece of metal.
yeah, like it's fun.
So the debate now is what's
What constitutes hunting and what constitutes
Well, I mean, I don't even think,
ridiculous,
like-
over.
well
use of...
I think it's the availability of how easy it is to get
Like,
a gun.
Yeah,
How
like how
easy
easy it is to
Separate
get.
argument, like,
Well, that's
very
what-
much, yeah.
But I think that's a big thing. It's like, okay, well, understanding gun rights, understanding that people want to use it for a particular reason, whether that be, hunting or target shooting or whatever that is. And of course, I don't know about that because I don't do it. I've never shot a gun in my life.
Okay,
And I
so-
get that.
I think the problem with I think the gun issue is that it's always these big, heavy assault rifles that seem to be the problem.
Right.
Like, yeah, school shootings happen, and sometimes this dude will have like a little 9mm on him or whatever, but
But more likely than not,
it's
the bigger.
usually that AR-15, and I think that's where the problem is. Like,
Okay, so
I
what do you
don't think there's
propose?
anything wrong with like the common everyday person having a revolver or a pistol or whatever under your bed because you live in a dangerous part of town and you want to feel protected. That's fine.
Yeah.
But do you need an AR-15 in your living room?
That's a huge point. I think
Like-
that, and I get that. It's hard for me to understand like your right to have a gun because in my opinion it's not a right, it's a privilege. But I
But
think
it is a right.
I kind of agree with
Right.
you.
constitutionally,
I think it's
Yeah.
yes, but in my opinion, I would rewrite the Constitution.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of
But
things need to be like
It's a
revisited.
rewrite.
yeah.
I would rewrite the. Yeah, I think I from my understanding of U.S. history, I don't think the Constitution
Because it was
meant
written
to
during
be-
a time where
Well, it was
that
definitely not. It was
was
they
important.
meant it to be rewritten. They didn't think that it was going to stand up until current date.
Yeah.
People who
There's
wrote
also
that
the
had
thing at the
no-
bottom that says well regulated, which is
and I think,
the bare arms that they're like defining in that
Made
particular
yeah,
sense
like
then.
that
document.
single shot.
Single
Yeah,
shot,
they
like
had no
a
idea.
right to bear arms because you're probably gonna have to go kill a deer because it's 1776. Like,
and they had no idea what technology was going to be capable of, and they're writing it for that time period.
they
And
didn't know Sandy Hook.
so
was
now
gonna
we're
happen.
having. They had no idea that these things were going to happen now. And so you've got now where you have the argument of it's your right to own a gun from one side and it's your right to own any gun and we shouldn't infringe on that right, but yet we have this huge problem with gun violence in America that doesn't happen anywhere else and we're trying to deal with it, and in my opinion a good way to deal with it would be to really make it difficult to obtain a gun because I don't think it's a right, and to really, like you said, the AR-15s, why do people need to have access to
They
that? I
don't,
think
but the
that's-
fact that it says that we have that Second Amendment right, people just use that as an excuse. Well,
I
it
agree
says
with
I can have one, so
Yeah, so
I
well,
need
I'm gonna
one.
have
So
one.
I need the biggest one, and I
Yeah.
need and then you can go ahead and, because if you're talking about like you own a gun for a safety like in your home, I totally get that. Or you own a gun for hunting or to target practice, like I said, then you're not using those high capacity.
Yeah.
You're not using those like the magazines that they talk about that they want banned. Those things don't.
But people just have them because a lot of people have them because they just think they're cool, or like everyone else has them, so I should have one.
I've had such a strong gun stance of where I don't need to shoot one. I wouldn't need to own one. I don't see the point in it. I get it, but I wouldn't ever do it. And people have asked me, if somebody came into your house and you had children or you had a family and
totally
they
shoot
were gonna, harm you in that moment, would you shoot them? And I've always said no. I've always said I don't think I would.
I don't think I would either. I don't think I'd be able to.
Yeah, I just
even
don't,
if I had a gun.
Yeah, so
If they
Also,
were,
those
if they
people-
were attacking you,
yeah,
like,
I
people
don't
you
think
love
so.
them.
And of course, I've never been in that situation.
Those people probably already have guns too, and they probably have the guns with them because everyone has a gun.
So if you see somebody with like a big gun in your living room, they just bust your door down.
I'm saying, all right, I'm dead.
You have your gun right here.
Die.
The first
I'm not having a gun
first
like
second I see
I
them,
say
I
take
shoot.
whatever you want. I don't fucking care. Like, what am I supposed to
Try
do?
to reason.
It
with
is
them
it
what
is
matters
true
most.
that if you have a gun, it drastically increases your chance of dying by gun violence.
I think.
Because if you bring up a gun to them,
I
and
just
they
think
have
the
a gun,
opposite. I think if you are a person who has a gun, you kind of bring on more.
You bring the heat onto yourself.
You bring
yeah,
it
I
onto
agree.
yourself.
You do, yeah.
You know,
that's
you
what
know
I'm
what I
saying.
mean?
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Yeah.
I also do think it's just a big thing of how easy it is to get a gun. Like, my dad,
That's the biggest thing. I
he
think.
used to sell, like, motorcycles and cars and stuff. Like, he's had those kind of salesman jobs. And at one of his jobs, some guy was able to come in, bring in a gun, and say, I want to trade this in towards a motorcycle. And that was allowed. And my dad took in a trade, and
With a
he
gun?
had a gun because
Just
this
so
guy
easy.
traded it in. He was like, yep, I bought it from the guy, and I gave him that money to put down on the motorcycle.
I always thought open carry laws
And
were
he-
pretty ridiculous too. Like
Yeah.
when we were working in
Yeah.
Florida, every once in a while somebody would come in, and it wasn't legal in Florida, but we were very close to.
But
the
it was legal in
border.
Georgia, like in a place in
Border.
Georgia, yeah.
Yeah, and every once in a while somebody would just come in with this like fucking huge
Holster.
handgun. Like,
I've seen,
on their
yeah.
See, okay, how come it's
People
weird if a
like
person
that.
does that, but if a cop just walks by and they have like two on their belt? Why is that?
We're just
normal?
used to it. It's
That's
the norm.
That's
It's
a
the
terrible
norm.
example. Because, no, it's not that it's the norm.
Rob
it's
just
because
hates cops.
This is officially like their job, and they have been. They know that they will be like those guns are registered, and they know that they will be reprimanded if that gun is used in an improper way.
I think that I've been places like, working or whatever, where somebody comes in and you can see a gun in a holster on their hip, and it makes me immediately feel uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like that feeling that I get from seeing somebody walk in.
You
to a place
definitely
with a gun.
look at it and you're like it makes you think. I mean, you try
isn't-
not to like.
I
You know,
can't.
treat them any differently. You think like,
But
okay, this
it's-
is fine. Like
I
clearly
can't-
he's like a normal guy.
No, I
But
can't.
I don't
at the
know.
same
I
time,
don't
you
think
know,
that either.
like you have a gun on your hip.
Yeah, and it's
What
like
is the
people,
point of you
and there's
doing
that
that?
whole thing where people are like, well, wouldn't you? It's better to where you're at if they can carry because then you have a good guy with a gun. I don't know that you're a good guy.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are. You're coming in to wherever, and I don't know who you are, and and I can see you have a gun there.
You're
and
just
yeah,
trying
maybe,
to show that you
maybe-
have a gun.
and maybe like in that instant, if somebody did come in, maybe you would help or whatever. But I don't know you, and I feel uncomfortable, and I
Yeah.
feel like you could kill me. And
Like,
that's
you're
making me
you're
feel
not a
wrong.
cowboy. This isn't
Yeah.
necessary
I don't need
in this time period.
you to do that, and it just makes me feel
So
But
easy.
Oh, yeah, that's why
Why?
they don't make those anymore.
And so maybe guns are going to be the same thing. Just give it a little time. Who
NRA
knows?
won't allow that to happen.
Man, the NRA is just.
The NRA is a terrorist organization.
Yep.
That was on a sign at the march that I was.
Wait,
at.
are we back in the
Was
conspiracy
really...
corner?
No,
That's
the
not a
NRA is a
conspiracy.
terrorist organization.
People have problems with the word terrorist, and they don't know what.
domestic
like, how to
terrorism is a
define
thing.
terrorism.
The NRA is a capitalist organization. They're not a terrorist organization. They will do whatever they can to get as much money as they can, but they're not trying to
Trying to
actively
scare
kill
people.
people. They're just trying to get as
I
much
don't
money
think-
as they can. They
I
just don't
don't-
give a shit about how many people die.
Yeah, I don't think
because
they
of it.
care who does.
Yeah, but that
Doesn't
doesn't make them. They're not
make
actually
you
trying to.
a terrorist?
No, ISIS doesn't
You
care about how
sell-
much money they make. ISIS cares about how many like.
You don't know that. Are
people
you
they
an
kill.
ISIS?
And like, what a great point. Thank you.
That was a conversation.
I think it went a way that I didn't think it was gonna go, but it was a conversation.
We didn't win.
I don't think that was. I think it's interesting to hear other people's opinions on things. Like, are you, as somebody who's okay with people using guns or whatever, are you offended if
Guns
there
is
were-
a very general term, right?
Yeah, really.
Like I'm okay with people
Oh, I think-
using like hunting rifles and like
Kara
Yeah,
means
but
guns in
pistols for
general.
like home
I mean-
protection.
I
but,
mean guns
like you
in
said,
general.
Like AR-15s.
Not
things
So
necessarily.
you're
like-
okay,
yeah,
you're-
like
you-
war weapons.
Okay, so no, that's the thing though, is that you would be okay with a ban on high capacity. You would be okay with
Yeah.
with
I'd be
more
extremely
extensive
okay.
background checks.
Yeah.
Would
I think
be
the
okay.
background. Okay, so like to get a gun, I really think you should have to like put in an application, and then you have to like
Wait.
you have to
Oh,
like
waiting
wait,
period.
and
There's
you have
no
to
gun, like, show
you have to
loophole.
like
There's
show
nothing-
There's a
some
lot
sort of
there
like
are a lot of loopholes that like you were just saying with your
just
not being able to
insane
just-
things.
like
Yeah,
you can go to a
guns-
trade
so
show and like get
easily
one and
able-
pay cash and not even get a receipt for it. Like you
It's
can get
just
shit off the
so
street. You
easy.
can do this and that. No, there needs to be a process.
They
You
really
can't
do.
just walk in and be like, I want a gun. You got to say, I want a gun, and then you have to come back later 6 months and be like, yo, I still want that, actually. Like,
Yeah, you should have to pass background checks that are universal. I think that there's so
I can't
many
pass
like
the test for a driver's license. I've been driving for like 10 years.
Well, how do we end this thing?
Thanks for listening.
thanks, Mom. Shout out to you. Mom and God made this happen.
Oh my god.
Shout out to my manager, because he puts up with all my bullshit, and he's really the one working at the end of the day.
Stay true.
Stay true to that. 317, represent the hometown.
The
This
shitty
is
hometown.
embarrassing. This is embarrassing.
I don't know. You said, how do we wrap this up? I'm pretending I'm like accepting an award at the Grammys.
You're always pretending like you're accepting an award.
What an award are you getting?
Best podcast of 2018.
Heck yeah.
Is that at the what award?
The
was it?
shouties.
The shorties.
The shouty. I like shouties.
We go into the shouty.
The
Rob
shouties.
loves shouties. So
Shout.
I can't be saying that word.
Shorties.
Too much.
Shouties.
Awards.
Moms are people
No, the shorties
too.
are- yeah.
That's real.
That's what I thought maybe podcast would be at.
What, the
I think
shouty
so.
Well, we'll be there real
awards?
The
soon,
shorties.
so
We'll be the shorties.
we'll find out.
What?
Who do you have to thank, Kara? Biden.
Thank you, Joe Biden. I did listen to a great interview today. Joe Biden did.
Yo,
About to say
Biden,
America.
I need you to go clap one on that man Donnie up there.
You will go down hard and fast.
Did anyone, like, I saw
Crying
another
all
thing
the
back
way.
to that, like,
Oh, I
the
love
tweeter
it.
beef thing, like, if you put...
Tweeter beef?
Tweeter
It's
beef.
not
Love
Twitter beef.
Alright,
right?
I'm
Like,
calling
it's-
it beef.
It was
Biden
her.
didn't tweet.
The one tweet
No.
that
Yeah.
Donnie
Don
put
only
out.
knows how to respond. to
Instead
things
of
he
"Hey
tweets.
Joe," if
Yeah.
you put "Hey Jim" and then read it in the voice of Dwight, that
Oh,
could have
yeah,
came
I saw
from
that.
the voice of The
Oh, I
Office.
didn't-
I thought that was clowning.
I'll have to look at that.
Rob thought that was clowning. Whew. Who do I got to thank, guys?
I literally have no one to thank, so I don't know.
You thank Joe Biden.
I thank God.
That's a good one.
Thoughts and prayers.
Tots and prayers.
That's our first
Ooh.
shirt.
Who said tots?
Stop.
So
Napoleon.
I'm really hungry. Did you? Whoa. Did you guys see
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
a
whoa.
thing
Napoleon,
where they're coming out for Napoleon
they're
Dynamite
not.
2? That's not
No.
real?
No, it's not real.
Why they mess with me?
You wanted it?
No, they can't have
No.
Napoleon Dynamite
Okay.
2.
You don't want to know?
I have a lot of thoughts because I think that's just the best movie ever made.
Okay,
Really?
it
You
is.
think it's
And
the
then they
best
came out
movie
with a
ever
TV
made?
show that
I
we
really
thought was
do.
going to be good.
I don't know
and
if
the
I
TV show
have an
sucked.
opinion
They came out
about.
with a TV show?
There's a TV show.
Wow, and you say that
What's
Well,
it
I didn't
on?
want to ruin it, so I would never
it
watch
was on
something
Cartoon
like that.
Network.
I mean, I'm not a big movie person.
What's yours?
I already said Napoleon Dynamite.
Of
That's
all
just
time?
that's just my favorite movie.
Your favorite movie? Like, I'm talking like best, like,
Legally Blonde.
cinematic production.
Oh, like
It's not a
best
bad movie.
thing, like
Legally Blonde.
like
musical's
best, like
amazing.
it's like the story plot,
Mean
how it
Girls.
was produced, like it's actual just
no.
like videography of how it looks on your screen.
That's why I feel that way about The West Wing. I think it's just really done. I think it's done really well.
Cinematically.
I don't like.
like the whole artistic part of
what's
it.
that one movie?
There's no like
uh,
artistic like value. Like this is
Children of
kind of
Men?
weird, but like
Yeah, Children of Men.
Is that what it's called?
wait, Children of what?
That's
Children of Men.
Clive Owen.
I think that's a really
Julianne
good. We
Moore,
have it if you
yeah.
want to borrow it.
You got it
Points
all.
to his movies.
Harry Potter.
Also, when I saw Mother, I was like, "This is like a work of art."
That new with the.
Have you seen Mother
Isn't that
with
the
Jennifer
new-
Lawrence?
My sister and my mom went and saw it, and they like hated it so much they left.
Mother is like it's
Okay.
extraordinarily divisive, but it is amazing.
It's like, it's a huge metaphor. Like the whole thing is just a metaphor.
Yeah,
So if you're like not like
we
into
liked it so much we bought it after we saw it and never opened it.
well, we saw.
Yeah, I
it
was about to say
recently.
like this is a.
I heard.
Watch that,
That
it'll
was
fuck
like
you
a
up.
thing. People were like
Wait, really? I
saying
like
it was like
movies
the
that
worst.
fuck
No,
Yeah.
like this
Dude,
has
it's
probably
Like Creep?
This is Children.
No, okay,
The
Creep is
2004 Creep?
Creep is just like weird.
What
and
year
cool.
Creep is the right one?
This movie is so fucked up that
14.
there's
Oh.
like parts in it where like you
I was
almost
only
have
10
to
years
like look
old.
away. It's like too much. Well, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Tweet
You're-
me out.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
leave it down below.
We're gonna put it on something so that people can actually comment. That'd be
Send
cool.
money to our P.O.
Maybe.
box.
Send all the money.
Link my Venmo.
GoFundMe.
I'm just kidding.
Wait, director of Black Swan watch. Okay, this might be a fucked up movie.
Oh, it's fucked up.
It's way more fucked up.
We really
Really?
suck. We suck at intros and we suck at outros.
But anyway,
And we're sorry.
Stay tuned
See you next week.
for next week's episode, number 3.
That's a big one.
Play us out. Gosh, you got one job. Can't even do it.
He's getting there.
I thought we were supposed to talk through it.
We always do.
Oh, what? That's about how this day
Yeah, it's about how this episode.
This episode is brought to you by
cornflakes.
What if
Bye.
Kellogg's sponsors us? We talk about cereal.
Shh, we're trying to end it.